we're introducing our newest add-on document portal. And the document portal is going to be able to do a lot of things, but let's just quickly introduce this offer for you guys before we get started with showing you guys what document portal can do. So from right now going for the remainder of the month, there's some options for you to get document portal for free. It's risk-free for 3 months if you sign up by the end of November. The additional deal is if you sign up by the end of this week, we're going to give you the option to get a free implementation into one of your Quickbase applications, which means there's literally no risk at all for you to sign up. You are going to get 3 months of this free where you can just use it within your actual live Quickbase environment and get value right away. So we certainly recommend that you guys go ahead and request this offer. Justin, if you wouldn't mind, if you didn't already, or Lolita, please add into the chat just the link to do an offer request. If you guys fill this out, we'll send you guys a quote. Again, it is completely risk-free. So once you sign, we'll help you get started right away. And if you don't like it after 3 months, which we don't think will be the case, but if you don't, we will not end up billing you at all. So there's no risk at all. But let me show you a little bit more about what Doc Portal is and can kind of give you some reference into why we decided to develop this add-on in the first place. So we always had these existing add-ons. So we had Amazon S3 connection, Dropbox connection, and a multi-file uploader. So these three are kind of our legacy existing tools. And some of you guys may even use these tools, whether it be Amazon S3 multi-file, which allows you to kind of upload multiple files in one shot for a master record to detail records. Or it could be Dropbox multi-file, which essentially does the exact same thing, but saves to the Dropbox cloud repository rather than the Amazon S3 cloud repository. And then, of course, there's our multi-file uploader, which has been there for many years. That allows you to add detail records to a Quickbase master table, and you could also update those detail record fields when you're uploading your files. All of these have been used by Quickbase accounts all throughout the years, and we've found that people are interested in using these tools, but we kind of want to give you a more enhanced modern UI, kind of new and improved version, as well as kind of encompassing all the greatest things about these three tools into one. So nevertheless, we ended up making a new tool, which now introducing our new document portal. And this has been very highly anticipated. So you can seamlessly upload, download, and manage, store multiple files in Quickbase, Amazon S3, or Dropbox. So this is kind of an all-encompassing tool. It does all three rather than one for each. And we do know a couple folks who may have maybe our multi-file uploader and our Amazon S3 multi-file. Now you can just use one tool. That is one of the benefits of this, but there's also a ton of other benefits from this, and none more important in my eyes than a modern UI, which we're going to hand it to the wizard in a little bit to show you just what it can do. But I want to give kudos to the right people. But what is Doc Portal, right? So it's a way to easily upload, download, and manage these files across all of your Quickbase realm, right? And it's going to go to that outside repository, whether it be Amazon S3, Dropbox, or Quickbase, like I mentioned. So you could do bulk documents, which allows you to dump ton at once, I believe up to 2 gigabytes. And again, it's just going to give your team enhanced visibility and accessibility to these documents. So you don't have them either stored in multiple different tables in separate file attachment fields or in multiple cloud repository tables where they're kind of siloed and you have no access to them. So we strongly recommend using this as your tool to kind of connect all of your files from Quickbase to these external repositories. And again, like I mentioned, you can upload up to 2 gigabytes of files at one time without limitations. You could edit related records directly within Doc Portal itself, which I'm going to demo in a little bit. And then, of course, you can download these into a zip. And we've heard that feedback from clients for many years. So we feel that that's a huge feature addition as well, so that you can all kind of get a series of files and download them all at once rather than having to click and download each individually. So this is really enhanced file management with the document portal. So we're super excited. And we do want to also touch upon just one quick thing. We do know that there's now a native file manager. So this is just a quick comparison that I'm going to leave up on the screen for a second. of how the native file manager compares to our new document portal. So like you can see, we could obviously save to external repositories, S3, Dropbox, and hopefully more soon. We have a much higher file size limit. The max file uploads is as many as size limit allows, which good point. And then we have the ability to delete, multi-file download, edit file details, delete records, and view associated records as well, all within this portal. So it kind of becomes your one-stop shop for advanced file management. So before I go and show you guys how to go from the cloud and do this installation yourselves, as well as do a live demo of the document portal itself, I do want to take a quick moment because this is our last, I will call it office hours or webinar before Thanksgiving. Just a quick thank you to the whole team and everyone involved. We could not make these tools without you guys all. So quick shout out to Dylan, who's specifically working on this. Great job. Shout out to Lolita and Justin on the marketing team for pulling together all of these resources. And also shout out to really everyone who's worked on this, the whole team. We're really proud of everyone. We're proud of how this worked out. So let's just go ahead and give everyone a second in the chat, do some thumbs up. Everyone shout out to the Juice team. We're really proud of you all. So thanks everyone. And that's my Thanksgiving shout out for today. I'm going to go ahead and share a different screen and show you guys all the Juiced Cloud and kind of how you can get started with this today. All right. Okay. So let's do this. All right. So on this screen now here, you're going to see that I quickly logged into the Juiced Cloud. And if you guys don't know how to get into the Juiced Cloud or you don't have an account here yet, we can certainly refer you to some resources, but you could always just go to juicetech.com and log in so that you can get all of the resources needed so that you can make an account here. I'm quickly logged into my own account, and you may notice that we have a brand new tile for document portal. Super exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and click into it. Like many of our other add-ons, we're just going to show you a quick homepage where you can review just some bullet points about this tool. You can demo this, which will take you directly to our demo app, which I will be showing in a little bit. You can request a quote, go to our documentation, which is extremely robust for this, as well as schedule a demo call with myself or someone else on our team. So I'm just going to go ahead though and hit start trial here in that top right corner. And it's going to ask me for my user token. Now you can see I have quite a few user tokens available here. So you could either use an existing one or you can upload a new one. I'm just going to use an existing one. And I'm going to go ahead and hit next. And this should be very familiar. As with all of our wizards, we do authorization and then we choose our app. So we're going to do contract management. And then you can select kind of the additional information for the table, right? So first thing it's going to ask me is, which cloud do you want to save this to? So like I said before, you can do Amazon S3, Dropbox, or directly into Quickbase right now. That is all we offer at this moment, but we do plan roadmap to offer additional ones. So for now, I'm just going to hit Amazon S3, and you may notice a new step comes in, and then it's going to ask me to select a master table. So let's just say my master table is documents or contracts, right? So let's just say contracts. And then what it's going to say is, what is the file details table? So this is really your child table. So contracts are going to have many file details. I almost always recommend using the file details to create a table for you, because then we're just going to make everything you need right there for you. So you don't have to go through the trouble of trying to understand the repository table in Quickbase. But if you already have one, like let's say you have the documents table, then that's totally fine. And you could select a few fields to display if you would like within the document portal itself. But for now, I'm just going to keep it at create a new table. Again, one of the greatest things about this is if you just went through and chose the first option for all of these and hit next, 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 and chose your desired table, this is going to work out just fine. It's very, very simple to just kind of go through the steps here. And then on the last step, and now this step is actually going to be different for each of the available clouds because they all have their own information. You would have to put in your Amazon S3 key and Amazon S3 secret access key. Now, you would also have to know your region, which we do pre-populate, but that's very important, as well as your bucket, whatever your bucket might be, you have to put that in there as well. If you don't know how to do that, or you don't have an Amazon S3 account or a Dropbox account already, you can certainly reach out to us and we could help you get started there. We actually even have a little link here at the bottom. Need help getting your S3 credentials? Click here. So we try to make this as abundantly simple as possible for you guys. So just kind of read, follow the steps, and you'll get through this in no time. And again, the last step there is just to finish. So for those of you on this call now, you can do this implementation right now. This is live on the cloud, and you can go ahead and get started, right? So for all of you who are, trying to learn about exactly what Document Portal can do, you can go into the demo and access this yourselves and go through each step that you're expecting. So I'm just going to go ahead and click here to access the Document Portal demo. And now this is going to make a new project record for me. And all you have to do is start. If you read the instructions at the top, it says to use Document Portal, click Save, and the button will appear for the job file sections, and it will make a new, help you with the add-on to refer to this video. So I'm just going to do, that's launch test. We're going to use the target cloud, right? Just like we said before, these are available clouds. I'm just going to use S3 to start, and I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And once you hit save, you'll notice the Document Portal button appears. And when you click it, now we're actually viewing the Document Portal itself. So I'm going to move this in the middle of the screen, give you a little bit of a better view for it. Maybe extend this out a little bit, just so we could all see a little more. So on the left side, we have some widgets that are going to help you go through this and are going to be like your toolbar. So of course, you have the refresh, you have delete, you have upload, you have download, you have our grid edit, and then we have some additional configuration settings here, which are really cool. I love this one. Maybe it's I want to do dark mode, or maybe I want to do Rebecca purple. Now you can have purple on the side here. Really cool. We give you a lot of fun options here. Dark mode, I know, is something that people all over the Quickbase forums ask for all the time. So we wanted to be able to include that for you guys, but we'll just keep it at Portal Light for now. Additional settings include allow upload, allow delete, allow replace, allow edit, and allow grid edit. If you obviously toggle any of these off, those will go away. And those are also all configurable behind the scenes of the button, I believe, so that people cannot change this. So if you're an admin and you're like, whoa, 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 let's not let my end users change these, you can have that hard coded so that these options aren't even showing. So I'm going to close this out. And I'm going to go ahead and hit upload file. And now I'm just going to choose some quick files here. I have these from a previous demo. This is just a construction site. And maybe, I'm on site and I want to be able to upload these really quick. So I'm going to do that, open them up. And everything is now here. So you can see these are my files. If I wanted to then see one of these files, I could do download and quickly view my flooring file. Or maybe I want to download all of them again. Now I'm downloading that zip file, right? So here's my zip file, which when you explode out has all of the individual files within it. So that's one way you can do the download. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys is, of course, the grid edit, which I find to be some of the most beneficial options here. So when you hit grid edit, you see a grid edit mode enabled. And maybe you want to just choose a type as location photos, and you don't want to have to go and click each one of these. Maybe you just uploaded 50 files. That would be a pain in the butt. We, of course, do have fill up and fill down. So you can just fill down the type. Maybe the receipt amount is individual for each one. So you have to fill all those in. But maybe the rest of these are all 15,000. So you can just grid edit that. And then the date, maybe you're uploading all these today. You put today in, fill them down, and now you have that filled down for all of these here. Once you're done, you hit the check in the top left, and all of that information updates to that details table. And you'll see here at the bottom, and I'll be updating this in a second when I close this out. You'll see that my details table in Quickbase has all of these files available with their cloud key. These fields are filled in. So we have a location type, receipt amount, date, and then we also have some additional information such as what the file extension is and the file size. This file here, which I'll show you guys in just a second, that's what you would use if you were using the Quickbase version of this. We actually store the file into a file attachment field, of course, so you could just click the file right there to open it up. So before I continue to jump into this, I want to give you guys a second. Does anyone have any questions about what they've seen so far? Okay, Laura, thank you. I feel like Laura was waiting for that. Is deletion of files not records, or is deletion of records? Great question, Laura. We actually just went over this before it called to make sure I had this right. We could actually do both if needed. Right, Dylan? And correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yes, so technically we do have an option to delete the records, but we here at Juice Technologies do not like doing that. So by default, it only deletes the file on the cloud, or if you're using Quickbase mode, it just deletes the file attachment. If you did have a workflow that required us to also delete the record, we could turn that on for you. We're also, it's not in right now, but if it's needed, we could actually also do the opposite of that, where it won't delete the file in the cloud, but it could delete the record just in case you needed to keep it.
Okay, thank you, Dylan. So then these are more pricing related questions. So how is the pricing different to the existing tools? So I'm going to go ahead and pull back up the cloud for a second for that. Just as a reminder, there is a risk-free offer going on right now. So you could use this for free for the next 3 months. But once those 3 months are over, this is going to be a premium plus add-on. So the pricing is going to look like this, if you'll notice in the bottom right corner. So we have the 99 a month hosting for 42,000 files and a 675 setup. If you need additional packs of 3,500 files, it's going to be 90 if you buy it up front and 103 if bought at the midterm. And then, of course, we do have bulk pricing options for you here for those of you heavy users. Um, with that said, that is how the pricing differs from the other tools. Thought process is there. Of course, we're kind of putting three tools in one. And of course, you're getting the modern updates and the new features and functionalities. So we're really excited for this one in general. And your third question, if we have existing tools, do we need to move everything over into Doc Portal to switch? No, you do not. You can utilize the existing tools for now. They will eventually be sunset. I do not have a sunset date on those yet, but they will eventually be sunset, or at least support stopped. We do highly recommend that all of our clients use this instead. And for those of you who are watching this in, the current subscription term, if you have, let's say, Amazon S3 multi-file and you would like to start using Document Portal, we will honor your price for the remainder of the year and allow you to switch over to this without any additional costs. So you don't have to switch everything over, but if you would like to, you certainly can. I hope that answers that question. And then I see, Waldo, if you want to have this functionality to be used on multiple tables in a single application, do you repeat the installation and the Juice Cloud as shown? Yes. Thank you, Keith. Shout out Keith for being here as well. That is true. You can absolutely just do that installation to whatever tables you'd like. And I would select the details table then to be the details table that you created. I don't believe you'd want to have multiple details table. Yeah, that's true. Okay, good. Laura, I hope that answered your questions. Waldo, I believe that answers your questions. You can use the same details table. Yes, so that was true. And I'm just checking to see if anyone else. So the next thing that I want to just go over quickly, as I mentioned before, we are doing that promotion. So if you guys are interested, if Justin didn't already send it in, I couldn't see in the chat. Yep, risk-free 3 months. If you just go ahead and make a new record in this offer request table, we will go ahead and send you the quote. We kind of outline that there at the top. And I did also have someone on my team say, why are you showing this in your role? You should show it in the demo role so it looks familiar. So true. Thanks, team. If you were to do this demo from your roles, as if, you guys are kind of not logged in as an admin. This will be the screen you'll see. It'll look very, very similar. Should be nothing different besides the tables that are shown on the left. You could still click here to access and make a new project. It's going to be really nothing different. It's just making, again, Matt's test. Maybe we'll do the target cloud this time as Quickbase. Go ahead and hit save. Document portal again, right there on the left. Same workflow. let's go ahead and just upload two of them, three of them. I'm not even going to do the details. Actually, I'll do some details, right? Maybe I'll do document. These are all documents. $100,000. It's a big document. And let's see. Just put some information in. Save, close. And again, now that you did the Quickbase version, you're going to have these files clickable from here. So you'll see your files there. Now, again, the benefit of not doing it that way, um, file attachment storage space in Quickbase. Biggest reason why you wouldn't, the price per gigabyte in Amazon S3 specifically is very, very minimal. So I highly recommend doing that, or Dropbox. A couple more questions came in while I was talking about the Quickbase version. In the portal itself, you can right click on the images to preview them. Let's go show that. Ah, look at the right click. My goodness, Dylan, you're a real wizard. I don't even think I knew about the right click. Amazing. Open record. My. Dylan, you're just a bag of tricks. All right. Well, there you go, folks. I didn't even know. Very nice. So yep, very nice ability to preview. I did not even know that was an option. So thumbs up on that. I'm in the chat. Will the pop-up modal size be customizable formula field? If you want to see them directly in Quickbase, you can use formula as a resource. Dylan, can you change the pop-up? Yes, resizing of the rich text field defaults are the formula of the wizard. Awesome, Dylan. Thanks for answering that. Let's see. Is the add-on capable of uploading child records to many parent records at the same time? Chris, the add-on works only on a single master parent record at the same time. So you could only upload to a single master parent record. And let's see, anything else in the chat that I'm missing? Preview the thumbnails. Yes, you can create a formula field to preview them. Thank you, Keith. That's absolutely true. You can do that with our Amazon S3 tools right now. Since you're using user tokens, does a user have permission on the tables to access user token base? Make all edits. Yes, how's resizable. I'm not sure if anyone answered Laura's question about, since you're using user tokens, does a user have to have permissions on the table, or are all the edits user token based?
So I can jump in. I was
Yeah.
gonna answer it, but I figured I could just say it instead.
Yeah.
So just like the rest of our add-ons, currently everything is user token based. So whatever you have on file with us will be what the add-on uses to do that. Now, in a sense, you can hide any other fields that you don't want specific users to see, but it will hide it for everybody. You can't add additional fields straight from the document portal itself. It has to be set up by an admin in the parameters. So users shouldn't see what you don't want them to see. The only downside is the records. We have no way currently of stopping like one user from seeing a record that they shouldn't see. We are working on something. It is not on the roadmap because it's a bit more experimental, but we're working on something right now that will actually allow us to not use user tokens anymore, and we will be able to use the logged in users permissions. But again, it's very experimental. Quickbase doesn't really support this feature set very exactly, but we think that we can do it in the future.
Right. Yeah. Very cool stuff. And we'll close this out and hide that. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but just current roadmap, just so you guys know, in no specific order, we are looking to add a few new features into this. We want to be able to automatically resize these images that are uploaded or downloaded with a height, width, or percentage, so aspect ratio. Store the revisions of the file so that you can go back to an earlier one if you desire, and be able to upload to more clouds. SharePoint is the one that we're specifically targeting for now. And then, as always, with all of our tools, they are driven by client feedback. So whether you're watching this now, in 6 months, or a year, if there's something that you would like to see the document portal do that it does not currently do or you don't believe it currently does, please reach out to us and make a suggestion. We take all of your ideas to heart. We certainly appreciate people's feedback, and all of our tools are created and driven based off of client feedback. So we really appreciate it. So your ideas, please feel free to throw them out. If you have some now, if you're like first thoughts, hey, this can't do X, Y, or Z, or I'm expecting, different outcome, please let us know and we'll see how we can modify this to be as beneficial to you and your team as possible. Some more questions in the chat that we got while I was talking. If someone deletes the source file in S3 or Dropbox, how do how does that display slash render in Quickbase? Do the files disappear? Can you still have a thumbnail from a formula-rich text field? So it looks like two separate questions. So Dylan, if someone were to delete from S3, technically we would still have that key, but it wouldn't have anything to pull from, correctly? Correctly.
Yes, so you would know, at least in a sense, that somebody deleted it because you would have a key and no file would be there. But we don't have a way to restore it. But yes, the file would disappear. We're really just reading from the cloud. So of course the file has to be in the cloud.
Right.
Sorry, let me just go through some of these questions really quick while
Yep.
I have the
Yep.
floor.
Yep.
How soon before SharePoint? We don't have a date, but if it's possible for us to start incorporating it, it should be within, let's say, 6 months. I think that that's a pretty fair um, amount of time for us to figure out how to integrate properly with SharePoint. There are a couple hoops that we gotta jump through for each and every cloud behind the scenes, so we really just have to investigate it first before we go all in on it. Um, Waldo asked, similar to resizing pictures, think of rotating. Yes, we will. If we do end up adding the resize and of upload and download, we can also add the rotating. We actually have another add-on called Image Resizer Rotator that accomplishes that, but this was going to be built in specifically to Document Portal. API calls. So if you're in master mode or like parent only, no details mode, it is zero API calls at all. Zero API reads, so there's no billable API calls. If you're in details mode, there should only be one call every single time you open up the doc portal because we have to go read the child records. Otherwise, when you're editing, saving, uploading, there are no other calls associated with those actions. It's just the first time when you open up the pop-up, we have to read Quickbase in order to see what detail records you have. The source file is deleted. The file will be. When you say the file will be deleted, so when the source file is deleted, it's deleted from, let's say, S3. We by default we don't delete the file, air quotes file, the record in Quickbase, and that's because uh we don't like deleting records out of the box. Like it's a no-no for most people. Um, I hope that that answers. You can follow up if you're still confused.
Yep. Yep. Good answers. Just for everyone's knowledge, though, what we showed today was document portal in details mode. So, Laura, to your point, that each time I opened up the document portal, I believe that would be one API call based off of how Dylan just described it. Um, is there a restore option for accidental deletions? I'm gonna go with no. We don't
So
store anything, so
So currently, there's not a way to restore accidental deletions. We do allow you, in a sense, to set up the document portal to have deletion turned off by
correct.
default. So when you open it, you're not allowed to delete until you go to settings and turn the delete checkbox back on. Or if you have end users that you just don't want to delete at all, you can lock that setting into the no delete feature. So then it should be relatively easy to avoid the accidental deletes. And then as the roadmap says, that's on screen, eventually we do plan to have a revision mode or a revision functionality built into this, just like how Quickbase file attachment fields have revisions. Once we have that implemented, then yes, you would be able to restore the accidental deletion. We would keep all of the revisions in the cloud.
Right. Yeah, and Dylan, when you come out of the box with the wizard setup, Do you have the delete being kind of off already?
Uh, so I don't believe so. I think it is defaulted to on and not
Okay.
locked, but it would be very easy for any admin, Quickbase admin, anybody who's using the wizard to install it, to go into the parameters and change it.
Hmm.
We have a very verbose article on the help site for talking about those specific settings to lock the end user out of certain things.
Right. And to Dylan's point, we actually do a very nice. I'll just pull it up here. High level overview of everything, and I believe it's in the formula URL parameters. Would that be the best place to find that, Dylan?
So if you want to see exactly what you should be typing into the formula verbatim, this is a good place, but you can also look into, I believe it's,
Right.
oh, I don't know where we moved it, but there is a separate, I think it might be in user interface. There should be a separate area for these specific options to more of show you how they're going to function.
Hmm.
So in the case of allow delete, if you just set it to no, it'll gray out the delete icon. So it tells you that you're not allowed to, but you could swap it on. But if you set it to NL, which is no and locked, then you won't have any delete icon at all, and it won't even give you the setting to turn it back on. And there is no way for a user, a tricky or hacky user, to turn it back on. We even though it's grayed out in the front end, maybe you say, okay, well, what if the user somehow makes a delete request anyway? We check it on the back end on our server before we actually accept the request, and we'll stop it there as well. So if you want to lock somebody out of it, you can really lock them out of it.
Perfect. All right. For those of you who have one of our existing tools, whether it be Amazon S3 multi-file, Dropbox multi-file, or multi-file uploader, we highly recommend converting and kind of upgrading to the document portal. Like we said, we will do that with you, and you will have the remainder of your subscription term covered in what you are currently paying for. So there's no increase in charge. For those of you who do not have this yet, we highly recommend giving this a try, going through for the new offer request. There's no risk at all. You get 3 months for free. If you don't like it, don't use it. We won't charge you. Just let us know. We'll shut it off. And then from there, if you would like to use it, we'll start your subscription at the end of that third month. We're really looking forward to how this goes. We believe that this can fill up. That's cool because QB can't do it. Okay. Keith wants a little fill up action, so let's do fill up.
I don't know why they don't have fill up. I didn't even know until you said that, Keith, that they didn't have fill up.
Let's
They
check it
they
out.
made fill down. Why wouldn't they have fill up? It's very odd.
So let's do this. I'm gonna go to grid edit. I'll delete the date, or I'll delete the receipt amount, maybe. All right, so we got there. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll do fill up. There you go. So and that's also updating a detail record as well. So now you can see that 100,000 is going to be to 1,234 for all of them. So yeah, very very interesting. I also did not even think about the fill up because they built the tool in less than okay. Oh geez, Laura. We're not going to
Some
say that one out.
something worth noting for the super users out there that will be using this tool for like 100 records per master record. One, you can control the page size, so how many files should show up on one page. Matt, can you just pull the tool back up?
Yep.
You can see at the bottom that there are page numbers. They're just non-functioning because it's only one of three. You can set that as high as you want. Technically, we are currently limiting it to pulling 1,000 files back at one given time, but you know what? If you have more than 1,000 files, reach out to us. We can increase that limit for you. But the grid edit functionality for filling up and filling down only affects the page that you're currently on. So if you're showing 50 out of 100 records, and you use fill down, it'll only do whatever is in view. So a maximum in that case of 50. You could put the page size as high as you want. You could put it to 10,000 if you really, really want. But the more rows that have to be loaded in, the higher of a tax it is on your personal machine. So if you're worried about performance issues, I would personally keep it around 50, unless you really need to see more than 50 things at one exact time.
On the roadmap, consider grabbing metadata from files that are being uploaded, such as location and details from the photo. I can see that being very beneficial from the on the site people. In the video, if you guys are looking at this demo, again, let me just share it again. This video here of the Quickbase add-on overview of the document portal, we actually go through and show you guys quickly. If you watch that video, the timestamp would be at the 6 minute and 6 second mark. You can see the mobile demo and the mobile use case of that. It's super cool. This is by far, I think, in my opinion, our best mobile add-on. So for those of you who are have people in the field that are using Quickbase, I fully recommend using this tool. It's super clean and easy to use on mobile for both Android and iOS and any tablet device. So now let's see the document portal from the mobile device version. So I'm going to click on document portal mobile now. And this is going to open up my browser, which is going to allow me to access document portal. So what you may see here is those 5 files we just uploaded to this record via the browser on your computer on the desktop. So let's go through. You have that same navigation at the top here. So you can see that we have grid edit, upload, download, delete, etc. So let's just go ahead and upload from a photo library or take a photo or video. So if you have people out in the field and they rather just take a photo right from this juiced document portal, they can. But instead, I'm going to choose some photos here. I'm going to select these 3, hit add. I'm going to choose my type as material organization, hit save. All 3 are going to get added. And again, while I'm in the field, I may want to be able to just kind of come in here and add my rating, right? So maybe I want this to be 5, maybe I want this to be 4, and maybe I want to just put some text with this and say, thanks, something simple like that, right? Once you hit check, that's going to get added. And now you can just close this out. So let's quickly now navigate back to the actual desktop version. So we can just hit refresh on the Quickbase screen. And what your back office people will see are those 3 images that just got uploaded. You can see our thanks, our rating, all the files. So now that back office administrator can go ahead and look at that image and see the picture of the house there. So that's a quick demo of how you could also utilize this from the mobile device and as well as any tablet. So that's the mobile version. I'm actually using the mobile version as we speak right now because I thought it would be a good test. We got some on there. So I'm currently going through the mobile version on my phone. I just uploaded 3 files, and one of Chris's questions was, does the drag and drop, not drag and drop, the fill down work on mobile? So let's see. I'm doing location photos. And Dylan, would it be hold for it?
Yes, so it would be a long press. So think about like whenever you're trying to copy some text on your phone, it
Yes.
would be
Yes.
just like that.
So this is really ridiculous that I'm doing it this way. But if you see here, there's the fill down option, which when you do it, it fills down all of those. So this is a really bad way to show you guys, but yes, it does appear to be working, and that's great. Really exciting stuff to be able to change detail records for people in the field on the mobile device. We feel Quickbase has a strong need for something like this. Especially for those who may have tried to use Fastfield for other things, this may be something that you guys can consider as well.
Because we are priding this on the mobile side of it, and this is one of our first truly mobile experiences. Anybody who is using this who runs into some bug or something that doesn't work as intuitively as they would expect, especially on mobile, please just reach out to us and tell us your experience. Good, bad, indifferent, really bad, really rude. I'll take it all, and I'll be updating this to make sure that it's the best experience on both desktop and mobile as possible. Mobile just happens to be a rather diverse environment right now, where desktop, it's pretty easy to develop any app.
Absolutely. Keith, again, what's the offer? I just put it in the chat. The offer is you get the first 3 months free if you sign up by the end of November, and you get the setup or implementation of Document Portal as well free if you sign up by the end of this week. So for anyone who went through and clicked on that link for the offer request table, if you just fill out the simple information here, just company name, first name, last name, and email, we'll go ahead and send you guys a quote. If you sign that quote, we'll get you started again. That's risk-free for 3 months. We're not going to charge your credit card or anything like that until after 3 months is over. If for some reason you don't like the tool, which we don't believe is going to be the case, you can let us know and we will not be charging you. So if you're watching this tomorrow or during the month of November, you can still take advantage of this offer. You can go to we can go through each and every one of these setups together. Let's see. The setup means we can walk you through the setup and do it with you for free. Yes, Keith. Yes. So when we're doing the set, but you could also use the wizard on your own. That's free. That's correct. The wizard will always be free. That's the DIY setup. For when it comes to the setup on our end, we're going to go through with you, customize the C list, customize how this is going to be on your master table, make sure that the correct fields are going to be shown, and make sure that your end users have the most seamless experience possible. We'll also make sure to help you get your Amazon S3 information if that's where you're going, or your Dropbox information. So we're really excited about this. We hope you guys are too. Again, roadmap items. If you guys find anything that you guys would like to see after utilizing this, please let us know, and we'll be happy to make sure that you guys get those features enabled. But for now, one last shout out. Thank you to the whole team. This is great. We're really excited about it. There's nothing to lose. That's right. Um, but thank you, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving for those of you who are going to be celebrating Turkey Day. Enjoy some football, and hopefully we will get to see you guys early in December with some new office hours as well, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. So thank you, everyone. We hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Wait, Matt, one last thing.
Waiting.
Just gotta throw this in. There are a lot more features in this as well. I heavily urge anybody who's even on the fence about this tool, go to our help site and go through some of the pages. Matt only scratched the surface with this and with the demo. There are a lot of different features that you can use, especially in details mode, with setting default values, read only, pre-populating fields, forcing people to enter in fields as they're uploading files. There's a lot that you can do with this tool. This was a simple demo.
Yes, that's 100% true. Certainly simple demo. And we do have follow-up webinars coming up where we're going to talk about how you can utilize this with Exact Forms Plus, how you can utilize this with Juice Sign, and then also how you can utilize this with if you're using our existing options as well. So we look forward to seeing you guys again. And for now, have a great rest of your day. All right. Bye for now, everyone.